Welcome back here to TMSignals. Great to have you. Another month has passed. Another month of KD signals, TrendRider signals, MarketVibe metrics here. Let's go take a look at the performance and how that stacks up here in July. To get that, I'm just at the front page of TMSignals, and I can click on View the July Performance Report. So I'm going to click on that here with you, and here we are with the report. And it's just like June and May and April, and you can go back and see all of those reports. At the bottom of this of the report, it says all reports. You can click on that, and you can access any month's performance report here. And these are auto-generated at the beginning of every month for the prior month. So let's start with KD signals, and if you remember from last time, we break them down in two ways. Signals that were closed during the month of July, which to me is the most accurate month over month over month. But at the same time, sometimes we get signals closing in July that were open in May, right? So is it totally reflective? Not necessarily. So we break it down two ways: closed signals and active signals. So currently active signals here in July. And, this is one where the July performance on closed signals doesn't look as good as what the July performance actually is, simply because the active signals here. But those will go on to August or September or October, whenever they close. So we've had 13 signals closed during the month of July, a few more than June. June had 12 close. We've had 13 close here, but 6 winners, 7 losers, and that's been about the normal ratio. Remember, TMSignals is not about more winners than losers. It's about more gains than losses. And we can see 6 winners, 7 losers, but the average gain, average stock gain is 2%, and the net gains here on all closed trades is 25.6%, which, is a pretty darn good month. Top performers that closed out: Netflix with almost a 20% gain, Vale, which had a really nice run. This was open in June. American Airlines also open in June. Worst performers: Under Armour, IBM, Range Resources, and Under Armour has been one of the nice performers with the last several signals, but IBM, Range Resources have been really struggling with their signals here of late. But, either way, the losses capped here on those, and you can see, they didn't last too long, either of IBM or Range Resources. But the winners far outweighed the losers there, which is what we are looking for the KD algorithm to do consistently over time. Now, active signals, there are 7 signals that are currently active. 6 of them have gains. 1 of them has a loss on it at the moment. In fact, if we look at it at the moment today, that loss is gone. But, where it closed at the end of July. The top performers running FCX still has almost a 25% gain, which is better than any of the closed trades, for July. Verizon, 10% almost. Devon Energy, almost 7% here. And then the worst performers have gains, Adobe, Valero, and then, Bank of America here, as I mentioned. So, if you go and look at the active signals there in TMSignals, the current KD signals are running long and strong here and performing very well. On the TrendRider side, July was not a month of a lot of signals. It just wasn't a month where there were many. We did have 5 signals close out, but if you look here, CLR, AMD, Twilio, US Steel, and Weyerhaeuser was the only one that was actually opened in the month of July, that closed in the month of July. All these others, the CLRs, AMD, Twilios, these are stocks that, they closed out, earlier, and so it's one where, or they opened up earlier, so one where, just not a lot there in July. Active signals, there are 3 going on, 1 winner, 2 losers at the moment here. Momo is winning, CLR is pretty flat, and Twilio is down about 4% here. But the average gain, 11% for net gains of 55% during the month, pretty good numbers. And then the open trades are fairly flat here at the moment and still looking to work there. So that's the those are the Katie signals, TrendRider signals. You'll notice it's similar to past months. Similar to past months in terms of the gains, in terms of the win-loss ratios. You come back to May, you come back to April. May was a little bit worse, but a lot of its gains were put on to June. But over the course of this, you start adding up these net gains on the closed. We're looking at, in fact, we could do a quick math here. Let's say 50%, 10%, 53%. So we go 110%, 135% in 4 months worth of gains. 135% on 13, 25, 38, 52 signals. So average gain of about a little 2.5 to 3% in a market that's barely moving. That's a pretty nice return there. If we come down here, speaking of market, into the MarketVibe, July, the MarketVibe was bullish the entire month. It was bullish. It never went neutral, never went bearish. And the average daily gain, though, was 0.9%. So we really didn't move a whole lot, right? In fact, for the month of July, the SPY was up about 2%. And didn't have a lot of range on it. It had one kind of really bad day in it, and then the rest, 2 really good days, and then the rest were just, flat and not really doing a heck of a whole lot, but with the metrics still showing and pointing on the bullish side. So, once again, another month where, all right, MarketVibe, bullish. Great. I mean, we're talking about gain on the month, and that's typically what we have seen, and what has transpired here over time. So that's the performance here for July. Right now, there are 10 active signals, 7 Katie, 3 TrendRiders. There hasn't been a signal here in the last couple days until yesterday, where we had a nice signal on Valero. But we'll be looking for August to have a few signals come in. A lot of the signals have been bullish rather than bearish. But if we get a change in the MarketVibe, I suspect that would switch, and probably switch pretty abruptly and pretty quickly. But until the metrics switch, the bulls continue to run long and strong here. Thanks for joining us. Have yourselves a great one, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.